Hello and welcome to another episode of Roach Koach, the new metal podcast you deserve. My name is Lauren Kozlowski. With me, as always, the original Roach Rider, Mr. Matt Nas.
Keep it rolling, baby.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, back with you. Back for another episode of Roach Koach, creating that new metal canon one album at a time. Matt, it's December. Buddy. Sleigh bells are ringing.
Are you listening?
Matt, I am listening to everything. I've got to hear it all. For one, I'm putting together my end of the year list, figuring that out. Who's at 1, who's at 2, who's at 10, who's not there at all. All right? Putting it all together. But on top of that, I'm still listening to albums for this show.
Amazing.
And also, I'm getting ready for us to dive into 2026 as we approach 10 years of the Coach, something you've been calling, Matt, Roach
Koach X. Yes.
Roach Koach X. Very exciting. And we've been talking about different things we want to do to celebrate Roach Koach X, things that we can do on the show. And one thing that we talked about is that there are bands that we did in the first couple years of the show who had many albums. And we did one, and then we were like, see you never.
See you later.
Yeah, I don't know. Went back through, these boys, they had a few more. And the whole point of this show, when you, me, and Jenny started it, was we know what everyone says are the important ones.
Absolutely.
We know.
By now, that is dyed in the wool. If you were to go to almost anybody at this point
right.
who is in music, into music, not a norm who would be like, oh, I listen to what's on the radio, or I don't know, I just have a Pandora playlist. But somebody who likes music,
right?
Nu metal, their first answers would be like, what? Korn, Limp Bizkit, Deftones? If they don't say that, I don't know what we're doing.
Exactly. And the thing that's funny is that when we started the show, I remember thinking, there is no setup on canon. There aren't people thinking about it or making lists. And now here we are, almost 10 years later, and you can go anywhere. There are lists everywhere. People have finally been creating canons, creating their own lists, taking it seriously. We did it.
Tons of reevaluation, lots of apologists coming out of the woodwork, lots of people who dogged it in the past and now have come to grips with how good the genre is, including yours truly.
Yes.
A lot of people going, you know what? Maybe Limp Bizkit isn't that bad.
Exactly. For example. So
for just a small example.
So going back through, looking at bands we had done in the past and not done in a long time, I was like, man, I know these boys have other albums lined up. And so I'm like, I'm not saying that's all we're going to do next year. We got a lot going on. But one of the things
we've got so much going on.
But definitely one thing is that we want to go in and find some of these bands we haven't done in a long time. In the case of today's episode, I think nearly 9 years later, diving into some of these second records to see what jewels may be in them their hills. This week, we're talking about a band we haven't talked about Dog's Age. Their name is Scrape, and we're talking about their second album, Up the Dose.
Oh.
Now, it's so funny is that we have talked about this band offhand for many, many years in a way that I had kind of forgotten that it had been so long since we had done them on the show. And I realized while putting together notes for this that it has been a really, really long time, and that we were referencing an episode that it's possible a large section of our audience didn't even know we did.
In February of 2018, classic Where Were You?
Yes.
Episode 91 was Nuclear America by Scrape.
My gosh. February of 2018?
Wow.
If we could go back and talk to those guys.
You're like, you're about to get to 500.
You about to, baby. So I'm very excited to talk
about... We were still talking about the Juggalo Hundo in episode 91.
We were. Oh my God. Charles Manson, just a glimmer in an eye, baby.
He's 9 episodes away from being created at this point.
Amazing. Well, yeah, so we're going to talk about this album. It is the second and final album by the five-piece Orlando metal group, Scrape.
This means, unless somebody has passed away,
Mhm.
we can get some new Scrape.
That's right, Matt. We could get some new Scrape. Matt, this album was released on January 13th, 2004.
Ooh, it's a come down record.
It's a come down record that was released on my best friend's birthday. So I found that very interesting. And on top of that, this album, a complicated release. Okay. So when we last saw our boys in Scrape back in 2018, their first record had done okay. Hadn't taken over the world, but it wasn't a complete failure. It sold a little over 100,000 copies in the United States. It was the 12th best-selling album in the country of Japan for the year that it came out. So they were like, okay, we've got a little bit behind us. We got a little bit going on. Now, in this time, their label is taken over by J Records.
Oh my gosh, you're kidding me.
I'm not kidding you, Matt. You're probably remembering, and you probably know where I'm going with this. They're taken over by J Records. J Records is the vanity label run by
Clive Davis.
Clive Davis, famed mogul, famed music producer, mogul legend. Okay.
Yeah.
I read
of had his finger in the pots of some of the biggest records of all time.
Of all time. Okay. He's the Whitney Houston guy. He's so many things. And he is
Supernatural, Santana.
Thank you, Matt. Now, the thing with Clive Davis is I read Clive Davis's memoir. I'm sure I talked about this 8 years ago when we did it on the show or whatever. But I just want to bring this up again. So Clive Davis wrote this memoir that it took me, I believe, 3.5 years to read because it's a little bit like ASMR the book. It would just make me dozy. But I eventually got through the book, and the book goes along as he talks about his experience becoming a mogul and how he is hired, and then he does all these things, and then he's fired. And then he comes out of that to be hired again, and he comes out of the ashes. He's always just coming out of defeat to new heights of success. They fire him, they say, you stink. And then the next thing you know, Supernatural is the biggest album in the world. He's done it again. And then after Supernatural, they say, you gotta get out of here. Your success is too much. And he's like, how dare you do this to me? Give me my own label so that I may give you Alicia Keys. He's back. He's back, baby. So this is how this book reads, okay? And then at the very end of the book, this book, like I said, took me years to read this book because it's kind of boring.
I can see that.
And he's talking about his family and his kids and whatever. And at the very end of the book, he's, by the way, I am gay. I don't know if that matters to you at all, but I'm gay. And just something I figured out recently. So I just wanted to let you know. Thanks for reading the book. Bye. Truly I got to the end of the book and I went, whoa. I remember I said to Rachel, I was like, this book's got a crazy twist ending that I did not anticipate.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, out of nowhere. Anyway.
Didn't know that. Okay.
In this book, though, Scrape is not mentioned at all. Okay. But Scrape have a lot to say about Clive Davis. So Clive Davis, J Records, they take over their label. Okay. They're working on this album. They're working on Up the Dose. They're feeling good about it. Okay. They go on a little tour. All right. With Soil, Static X, Twisted Method. They get the album done mid 2003. They're like, this thing is locked, loaded. Let's go, J Records. J Records.
It's your time.
Fires their guy. Fires their label support. He's out.
Not a good sign. Not a good start. Not a great start.
Not a great start. They keep pushing the album back.
Oh, even worse.
Now, here's the worst part. The single has been picked. They're like, this is the single. We got it. It's ready to go. The single's name, Summer Song. This album keeps getting pushed back. Pushed back. When did it come out? What did I say? January 2004. You cannot put out a single for an album that comes out in January called Summer Song. They could not get themselves to Give Up This Song is the opening single. So they changed the name to Stand Up, parentheses, Summer Song.
Summer song.
I'm gonna say that as a fix. I'm gonna say it's an okay fix. Okay. I don't think it's a great fix. You still have Summer Song in the name, and you're
Right.
putting out an album in January. Either way, the album comes out. It is not supported. It is unsuccessful, and then
basically dies on the vine.
it dies on the vine, and then they are dropped by the label. Now, this then leads to an incredible statement. Now, before I get to the statement, though, I've got to talk about who's in Scrape.
Let's do it.
On this album, Scrape consists of William Keaton on lead vocals, Brian Christopher Milner, guitar, keyboards, backing vocals, Pete Sisson on bass, Randy Melzer on guitar, and on drums and backing vocals, one Will Hunt. Now, longtime listeners of the show will know Will Hunt. He's been in a lot of bands. Most famously on this show, he was the tour drummer and second banana in some incredible videos for Device.
Yes.
So, Will Hunt, honestly, a man who's worked with a lot of bands, done a lot of work. He's the only member of Scrape to have a Wikipedia page that lists his other bands that he's been in as Dark New Day, Black Label Society, Vasco Rossi, Device, Crossfade, Stain, Static X, Slaughter, and Godsmack. So Will Hunt, he's a dependable drummer. He knows what to do. Get him behind them skins. Now, you also can go to Will Hunt if you want to get good quote. Will Hunt had this to say about being dropped. The reason we're gone, along with Hotwire and Eve 6, is because we all shared the same A&R guy, Brian Malouf, who was let go by the label a few days prior to the bands. I'd like to throw out a big fuck you to the fucking cowards at J for Joke Records for taking over RCA and not allowing them to promote our band correctly. And I'd also like to say to J Records president Clive Davis that I got a nice big hot bowl of dicks for you to eat when you've got the time. I'd like to thank you personally for killing rock and roll and watering down the music industry with pop trappings and watered down retro rock. We read this quote also in the first Scrape episode.
Yes, we did.
Because we found it, and it's a great quote. That's why we're reading it again. And I think it's honestly one of the great legacies of Scrape is the big bowl of dicks.
The humongous bowl of floppy cocks.
The humongous bowl of floppy cocks. So anyway, floppy cocks. So Scrape, unhappy with what happened. Shortly thereafter, they disbanded. They had a reunion gig in 2005 opening for Dark New Day. Other than that, they have not done anything else.
It just looks like they've all kind of been busy and gone their separate ways and joined other bands. It's
interesting. According to the wiki, it seems like just about everybody has gone on to other new metal adjacent or metal adjacent bands. So guitarist Brian Milner joined Dope as their bassist. Billy Keaton was in various projects, and he was in a group called Blessed in Black, which featured former members of Nothing Face. He also contributed vocals for a local Florida cover band, Money Shot. And then he also worked with Primer 55's Bobby Burns and Kobe Jackson.
Wow.
Yeah. And apparently he is currently the vocalist for Audiotopsy, which features Greg Tibbett of Mudvayne. So there you go. So they're all doing stuff. They're all around. I have a physical copy of this album, Matt. I feel like it's very obvious to say that neither of us have any history with Up the Dose.
Zero.
None. Now, a thing to remember about New Killer America is that along with being the 12th best-selling album in Japan for the year it came out, it also has one of the most disgusting album covers that we've done in this show.
Yes, famously.
Famously, a very hideous toe, very gross.
We hate it.
We really, really do. So I'm going to ask the question now. Is something up in Scrape HQ that they insist on putting feet on their album covers? Because here's the album cover.
I know.
And we've got it's the end of a stretcher with a foot on it, covered with a sheet. What's with the feet? What are we going on?
A real Tarantino question.
Real Tarantino question. So this is a big thrift I have here, Matt.
Oh.
Yeah. I picked this up, and I want to make sure I've got my details right for this. I picked this up Oh, I don't have that detail there. Okay. More than likely, I picked this up from 13 Floor Records here in beautiful Seymour, Indiana for a sweet $5.
Very cool.
The album, art, everything about it is honestly a pretty well put together package because it is all about medication, medicine, the hospital system. So we have, as I said, gurney, feet on the cover. The CD itself is labeled as if it is a prescription, except the label is poison.
What?
Love that. In the liner notes, we have all the various members of the band being held with weird medical devices on their mouths, gas masks. Then you have things written out as if it's prescriptions. They really went in. I would say the design, the package design of all this, well done. Now, I will
Intentional, well done.
exactly an intentional well done. Now, I will say though, this photo here, that's their center photo, Matt. I'm showing you here. They are all in, I think these are supposed to be white doctor scrubs, but none of them are wearing undershirts. So it makes them look more like they're inmates in an insane asylum. But you realize that one guy does have the little scissors in his pocket that you use to cut like a cast off. So it seems like they were like, yeah, you're like crazy doctors. But then they have them positioned in front of a body laying in the gurney, which just makes it look like, because of where the main lead singer is standing, that he is a little guy sitting on a gurney being pushed by his friends. I feel like this photo was pitched as it was badass, but in the end, he does look like first visit to the hospital. It's his big day. He's very brave.
Daddy's first
visit. He's
Daddy's
very brave.
first colonoscopy.
Exactly. Yeah. He's being very brave. On the back, you have a picture of the whole band looking appropriately new metal and normal menacing here. You can see lots of tattoos, lots of dreads. These guys, new metal AF, just visually, they nailed it. They got it. Now, I know we love a thank you. I know we
Gotta love a no thank you.
We also
and
love
a
a no.
thank you.
Exactly. So the thank yous are hidden under the CD, and I had to employ some Matt Na's record store skill to get this out from under the jewel case.
Yeah, baby.
Because everything was blocked by, sensors and stuff. And I was hopeful. I was like, is there going to be something worthwhile for doing all this digging? Friends, yes.
Oh.
Yes. So everybody.
I don't imagine you would mention it if it were fruitless.
Exactly. So everybody gets.
No, it sucks. Moving on.
I pulled it all out and ripped the jewel case apart. Pointless. No, I found some pretty good stuff. So every member of the band gets a nice, healthy chunk of space to do some thank yous. Randy starts out, thanks his wife, thanks his family, thanks his friends. All pretty standard stuff that you'd find in a thank you.
Love it.
Pete starts and says, I want to thank my immediate family, parentheses. You know who you are, I hope.
Oh, boy.
You hope? You hope your immediate family know? Immediately, I love this. Already, I'm off kilter. I'm like, what's happening in Scrape? What's happening in Scrape? You love feet. What's happening? You're all dressing up as doctors. Okay, this is very unusual. Goes through, thanks some more people, thanks some tattoo studios, thanks all that. Thanks, of course, all of the guys in the band. And then is the first mention Tommy Lee. Apparently, at some point, the members of Scrape met Tommy Lee. This meeting had a great effect on them because they all mentioned Tommy Lee in their thank yous. Like, Tommy Lee, my friend. Tommy Lee, my close personal friend. Tommy Lee. Tommy Lee met the guys in Scrape, and they have not stopped talking about it. If there was a group text back in 2002, the whole thing would just be like, Tommy Lee! I just texted Tommy. He texted back. That is the vibe of the excitement in these thank yous, that Tommy Lee is like, close personal friend Tommy Lee. Tommy Lee, I can't believe it. And honestly, the enthusiasm, infectious.
Amazing.
Yeah. Brian, thanks pretty much standard everybody you'd expect, a lot of guitars, a lot of gear people. Billy, this is where things get interesting. Billy is William. He's the lead singer. He says,
okay.
My son, Dane, I dedicate my performance on this record to you. My girl, Lori Lay, for fucking me, feeding me, and putting up with my shit. Whoo, Really, baby? Woo!
Letting them know.
Letting them know.
Horny on the main.
He's like, I dedicate this to my son, and also you're getting a sibling soon, baby. That's how that sounds.
I guess there's one lady taking care of these nuts.
That's right. That's right.
In a million years.
In a million years, Matt.
In thank yous that you will write, right? If you had to write thank yous every day, how many years have to go down before you thank the person you're sleeping with for sleeping with you?
For fucking me, feeding me, and putting up with my shit.
You're ace.
You're number one. You know what? You're not number one. I think my son first. You're number two.
You're the deuce.
Deuce. He goes on.
Thanks for taking care of my balls.
Well, Matt, I've got more for you. I got more. I want to thank my brothers in the band, Will, Pete, Brian, and Randy, James, Jimbo Barton, for all your wisdom and oxygen. Now, kind of got ahead of myself here. This album is produced by one James Jimbo Barton. He did not have a Wikipedia page, so I had to go to jamesjimbobarton.com, where he is the music surgeon. What type of surgery is he doing? Well, he is working on a lot of records as a producer, as a mixer, as an engineer, as a post-production mixer. This man's credits are long and storied. Live performance, he's got you. Unplugged, he's got you. Studio, he's got you. He's the music surgeon, all right? His scalpel, he takes to your ears, and they come out great. The thing that I enjoyed the most about it was that he has it all as a PDF, so I can download it as a PDF. I want to print it out and take it around with me. It's in alphabetical order, numerical to alphabetical. So the first thing that's listed is 30 Seconds to Mars MTV Unplugged, with that he produced, post, and mixed it. I was like, it's a great start. He also did post-production mix on Enya's Orinoco Flow.
I know where this is going.
This guy can do it. Oh, do it all. So, yeah, Matt. Mm-hmm.
But he's still working to this day.
Yeah, man.
In fact, Barton's still taking on some of the highest profile projects of his career, including 30 Seconds to Mars Unplugged.
That's right. That's right. That's what I said. Yes.
I cannot believe this. Oh my gosh. You took me into this black hole of James Jimbo Barton. My soul left my body when you said it. I had to restate it.
You had to restate it. Matt.
Top 5 albums.
Top five albums, no skips, right?
No skips.
Well, yeah, I'm going to give you a top 4 no skips, if that's okay.
That's okay.
Okay, so number 1, I would say, we were just talking about it earlier, Santana Supernatural. No skips.
Yeah, no skips on there. All killer.
All right. Then I'm going to kind of hit you with a kind of a curveball here, Matt. I'm going to say 30 Seconds to Mars. This means war.
Okay,
I know, right?
Okay.
All right. But then also 30 Seconds to Mars, A Beautiful Lie. I just think it's a no skip situation. Just don't skip them. And then Avalon by Sully Erna. What about you?
There. Oh, I'm going to say Sharon Greg Allman, all man and woman.
Excellent.
No skips.
Not a single skip to be found. Yeah.
And I don't know, the Captain Tennille, Love Will Keep Us Together.
Great. No skips there.
No skips. No skips. Those 2 30 Seconds to Mars records, and then Sully Erna's Avalon, I believe.
Beautiful. Great choices. Yeah, you definitely won't skip anything on any of those records. Now, so he is thanks Jimbo Barton for wisdom and oxygen. Love it.
I love this picture. There's a picture of our friend Jimbo here. And he like they have him as a young man in the 70s at a Neve console, I'm guessing. And like he's on the boards. But the picture of him later in his life, he's a little bit further from the board. He's just looking at it. He's just looking at it like, that's the thing that made me all that money.
Sometimes you just want to look at the board. It's a look but don't touch. At a certain point, you're like, I don't need to touch this thing.
Like Puffy? Puff Daddy never touched the fucking board.
Never touched the board. He goes on. He thanks someone named Big Vig for the hard work and tells him to keep pimping. He, of course, thanks Tommy Lee. Thanks our Japanese fans because Japan rocks. Mary Jane for the inspiration. I was like, oh, okay. Then porn for keeping my purple helmet shiny. I
Ooh.
I love this. He just thanks the entire concept of pornography, not a specific one. We've run into these guys in the past. They'll thank some studios, they'll thank some girls. Some of these other places, they're straight up more in person. They'll thank the strip clubs they go to. This guy's like porn in general. Fantastic. You get a mention. You get a
Thank you for
mention.
being a ongoing concern.
Absolutely. Thank you for being a concept. I'm into it. Goes in, thanks a lot of other friends. Thanks Bobby Burns. Thanks Ulrich Wild. At the end, he says, if I forgot you, I'm sorry. It's because you ain't jack shit.
Whoa. I'm going to let you know where you fucking stand.
You know what? Honestly, he thanked porn, the concept, in the middle of his thank yous. If he got to the end and didn't thank you, indeed, he doesn't think you're jack shit. He truly doesn't.
Yeah, I'm going to say that you just didn't make the list.
That's right. But Will Hunt comes back in. He brings us back home. He thanks Danielle, my fox, and Lila Moon. She's only 2, and she beats the fuck out of the Skins. His daughter's 2, and she's already following her daddy's footsteps on the drums. Love to see it. Lots of thanks to family and friends, doctors, mentors. Thanks to someone named Corey Wagner for saving my band. All these great people. Big Vig gets a thank again. Jimbo Barton for being so passionate. The Hells Angels Motorcycle Club gets a thank you.
Right on.
Yeah, he thanks Wayne and Trip and Tony for the shot for taking him on tour. Vinny and Dime, Switch, Seven Dust, Franco DeLucci, Dave Roberts, and last, but certainly not least, Tommy T. Lizzie Lee. Thank you for everything. I'm proud to call you my hero and honored to call you my friend.
Wow.
Because if anybody in Scrape is going to be excited about Tommy Lee, it's going to be that drummer.
It's going to be that drummer.
Going to be that drummer. So with this all being said, the boys went in, they made this record. It did not do well. I will say, critically, did okay. All Music gave the album 2.5 stars, stating that it tries to build fully on the promise of 2001's New Killer America, with tracks that crack the new metal mold with stratospheric vocals and slight twinges of Deftone psychedelics. And he praised the song Syrup for its atmospheric late album track that leaves plenty of empty space around its spidery guitars and plodding percussion, capitalizing the chorus when it finally lurches into gear. The song slides in the slime between early Soundgarden and modern metal, and its final aggressive tempo change only makes it more effective. Inc19.com, their reviewer Nick Plante, referred to the album as the heavy metal equivalent of Kelly Clarkson. He felt that it was formulaic, hook-heavy modern metal, whereas much input came from RCA's marketing department, as did from the musicians themselves.
Ouch.
Yow. Orlando Sentinel also gave it a mixed review, said that the songs sounded awfully familiar, despite all this talk about them pushing boundaries on this record. It said that it is a solidly in the new metal aesthetic, and it's predictable, but it's a regurgitation of the power chords and angst of 2001's New Killer America.
All right.
Genre tags for the record: new metal and alternative metal. Also, another detail, since the record was pushed back so many times, it does have a 2003 copyright on the back, even though it was released in 2004.
Wow.
Fun little detail there for you. There were no music videos made for the album, also, unfortunately, but this makes sense since it was pushed so many times and then they were dropped by their label apparently weeks after release. So a tough row all around. But you know what? We've got to dive into these tracks, Matt, and see just what the fuck is going on.
Can't wait.
First track, Matt, is called Bleach. Matt, this is very croony, very Seven Dust coated, stompy, the less twisted version of new metal that you were finding around this time.
Yeah. Well, it's 2004.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of chug.
Mm-hmm.
Much more straight ahead. Not necessarily alt, but a little more alt to smooth it out, I
Mm-hmm.
would say.
Bit out. Yeah.
It is there's no barbs on this one, if you know what I mean. Like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
this thing is slick.
It's very slick.
It sounds great though. Bass is very good. Drums are well mixed. Everything's exactly as it should be.
This is
Um,
honestly, not to get ahead of myself, this is one of the brighter records like
yeah.
that I've listened to for the show. Like everything is popping. Everything honestly, when I went to Jimbo's the music surgeon's website and I saw that board, I was like, Jimbo knows what all those buttons and sliders do.
He
Okay.
knows.
He
Yeah.
knows. He knows. You went up to what's this one do? He knows what it does.
Yeah.
So yeah. So absolutely. This is very bright. I wrote Radio New. I thought this is a
I'd agree.
solid open. If you go to 220, there I wrote in my notes, your headaches, get up, and then it goes into a guitar solo.
Oh, not very new metal, but here we go. Okay. No. Don't
No.
like that.
No, Matt, you don't
Do
like
not,
that.
Do not like that.
Matt, what do you think this song's about?
Bleaching your butthole for anal sex because you love porn.
Oh, Matt, it might be. The chorus is walking through dark. She stumbles into the light, bleaching out the backdrop. Her eyes steal the weight. But then the bridge is your headaches. Get up, yeah, go, yeah. And I was like, okay, well, the headaches thing is funny to me because it's like, your headaches. Go take an aspirin. Up
Go
the
take a
dose.
pill.
Is that what we're talking about? Honestly, there's a lot of medical related things on this album. So I thought the headache line was honestly the one part of the song that felt like somebody was like, you got to work in a medical reference. And they're like, all right, we'll talk
Okay.
about headaches on this one then. But also, if you told me that this song is actually about nothing, I would also kind of believe you because it doesn't really seem to be about anything, especially when I don't know. I don't really get anything. Every day is an afternoon of clowns, king and queens, and we all get crowned. The change has fly, leaving you to try. I mean, this is what's on genius.com, a website run by maniacs. So if these
Right.
lyrics are wrong, I don't know. Songmeanings.com did not have a ton of comments and also had similar lyrics. So
Huh?
yeah, and there's no lyrics in the liner notes. Okay, they were too busy putting on fun jackets. Okay, so there was no time to put the lyrics, and they're all putting the little clamps in their mouths and looking crazy. And you know what? Go with the art. Sometimes you gotta throw them lyrics in there. Listen, you know what they probably had a band meeting. They said, you know who else doesn't put the lyrics in their liner notes?
Who?
REM.
Yeah, that's true.
And so they said that's who we're gonna be. We're gonna be the
Yeah.
REM and new
We
metal.
want people to make up their own minds.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Matt. Let's kick into the next one. It's the single Stand Up Summer Song. Now, Matt, having listened to this album 3 times, I want to say that the thing that really struck me as I did notes for the show and got ready to talk with you at length about this album was that I feel like this guy's lyrics, Billy's lyrics, aren't ever cohering into a narrative or I don't know. It's like if we're to take this as they're calling this a summer song. Okay. It was originally supposed to be just called Summer Song. And if I go by just the chorus, stand up, stretch your mind, we're living in a summer song. Break out, don't taste fine, we're living in a summer song. Okay. So then I'm looking at this as a song about youth, a song of nostalgia. This
Okay.
happens a lot. We have this, remember the good old days when
Yep.
summers
lasted forever.
Yeah. But I still look at these lyrics and I'm just like, this is the first verse. This fades into all that you say. Up in, it's all mine. A virgin to the sound of today, we all shine. What is a virgin to the sound of today supposed to mean? Like you're a baby? You don't know? You've never heard new music? Like I look at this line and I'm like, what are we talking about here? Really, what are we talking about here? And there's no help on songmeanings.com. People did not show up, which is very frustrating because this is when I really needed them. I really, really needed them. Now, I was really struck by really on this song, and spoiler alert for the rest of the album, this gentleman's vocals really don't get that gritty. It seems like he's decided to tip into more of a Scott Weilandy Velvet Revolver situation, not a Stone Temple
Yes.
Pilot situation, a Velvet Revolver situation, which is interesting because this predates Velvet Revolver. But still, that's all I heard. I heard just this is like very Velvet Revolver Scott Weiland. So I guess what I'm hearing is just if we're already ripping off Scott Weiland, like we're really ripping off Scott Weiland. Matt, you loved the song?
Oh, yeah, it's my new national anthem.
There
I can firmly put it in the boat of not for me.
Mhm.
I think what is happening for my ears in this particular moment is they're hearing sounds that are more akin to a particular style of metal I'm not crazy about,
Mm.
or a particular style of rock and roll is actually probably more
Mhm.
accurate
Mhm.
because this is a big fucking swing,
Yeah.
right? Like
Mhm.
this is a big swing. And in 1991, holy shit, this would have been a world beater.
Mhm.
This is absolutely locked in that kind of coming out of the hair metal, but alternative hasn't hit yet.
Mhm.
So, like, bands like Gorky Park exist. Like, this is right there where it's almost a power ballad. It's got like good looking guys singing great sounding tunes. But boy, it does not stir me up.
Doesn't stir you up, Matt.
But when I hear,
Mhm.
hey, thanks, Tommy Lee, I'm
Mhm.
not surprised.
Right. Mhm.
You
That
know, like,
yeah.
and I would say 2004 is a fucking wackadoo year for this to come out. We're talking the college dropout. We're talking Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge. There's so Usher's Confessions comes out in 2004.
Matt,
And this
January of 2004, Usher's Confessions. I mean, we're living in the yeah era. That's the thing. He starts the song by singing yeah, and I'm like, wrong yeah. This is not the yeah that people wanted. They
and it's
wanted the
just
other
it
yeah.
very much is just oh no. Like,
I mean, I don't know if Bag of Dicks eater Clive Davis could have saved this by putting it out when they intended it in the summer of 2003. I don't know if this would have been the song of the summer of 2003, but here's the thing that I you would think people would realize by now. The song of the summer, one, a myth, not real. Two, okay, you cannot will a song of the summer into being. Okay.
no.
And three,
Especially when in 2003 where Get Rich or Die Trying is coming out to lock up birthdays forever.
it's not going to work. It's not going to work. And what I'm going to say is you cannot put the word summer in the title.
No.
This is something that people think is like a cheat code, but people know it's a cheat code and they push against it. They say, hold on, you do not define my summer. Okay. I do. All right. And I see this, and it's so funny to see this and go, man, it's so funny that this is all the way back in 2003. And I think about, I don't know, I want to say it was 2018. I think it was 2018. Justin Timberlake made the album Man of the Woods.
Yes.
This is an album. A lot of people are going right now. They're like, Justin Timberlake, who's that? Fair. Second, they're going like Man of the Woods, not familiar. Yeah, no one was interested. No
No
one was
one
interested in this record.
likes
It was not good. So Justin
February
Timberlake,
2nd, 2018, Man of the Woods comes
there
out.
we go. So then Justin Timberlake was like, oh boy, I got to pivot. This
I
record's
fucked
not
up.
hit. So then he puts out a song called Summer. Bold move. That's the whole title. But then, because the hubris. It's why
He had not failed
yeah,
up
he
to
was
this point.
at this point. Yeah, so he's
Untouchable.
couldn't stop this guy. And he's like, how is this not hitting? Hold on. Let me just take a very combative action. I'm going to put a song out. It's going to be called Summer. All right, I'm here. On top of that, I'm going to start the song by going, summer starts here. Whoa! Whoa! This
Wow.
man is staring into the sun with no polarized lenses. This is a wild move. Now, to a surprise to no one, everyone who's listening to this is going, Lauren, you're talking about a song that I've never heard of in my fucking life. It's true. Didn't work. People saw right through it. They saw
Not the
right through
song
it.
of the summer.
Not the song of the summer, was not the song of the summer. Did not work. They sent him packing with that one. Now, when I see this song, I'm just like, you guys, you can't do it. You cannot will the summer song into being, and you can't call it summer song. You just can't. The body rejects it. And I mean, honestly, plays into the whole medical thing as well. The body rejects it. They just push against it. Because people don't want to be told what the song of the summer is. They want to feel it. They want to know, or they want to know what pretty girls listening to it, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, that is the song of the summer." Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's right. That's right. Okay. Who dictates the song of the summer? Pretty girls. All right. There you go. All right, Matt. Let's keep this going. We got the title track. It's called "Up the Dose."
All right.
So what I
All
liked
right.
what I liked about this song, Matt, was that it was, hey, would you like a straight ahead new metal track that would come out between the years 2000 and 2003? Yes, I would. Thank you. Is it
Here
called?
it is. It's
Here
called
it is.
Up the
It's
Dose.
called Up the Dose. It's about getting high on something and never stop getting high, and you can't stop me. Give it back to me. I like that. Give it back. Give it back. Like, he's pleading. Give me back my dose. Now, what could that dose? It could be literal drugs, or it could be something else. Give me that new metal. Give me the stage. Give me those things. Just give it back to me so I can get to that rockin' chorus. I thought this was rock solid. It's rock solid new metal chorus. I enjoyed it. What'd you think, Matt?
Yeah, I am not first in line to buy a ticket for Scrape.
Sure.
But I hear this song and they're doing all the moves I like.
Mhm.
Without a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt, I'd rather hear 10 more versions of that than 10 more versions of Stand Up Summer Song.
Mhm.
Now, as a band, they might find that incredibly boring and not interesting to do, which I get.
Mhm.
But my dumb animal brain responds very positively to Up the Dose.
Mhm.
But it's still kind of okay.
It's
You know what I
okay.
mean?
It's okay. Listen, it shows that they can get the job done. This is the type of thing, though, you hear this, and when you know that all of them went out to be, rock new metal lifers and all these other bands, of course, if you could almost look at this album as being like, well, we know proof of concept. These guys can do it. These guys
Yeah.
all know how to do the job. It's just, I don't know if they don't. Yeah, this record wasn't it. Now, if you go to 2 minutes, Matt, you're going to hear an interesting sound. I'm going to see if it evokes the same reference point as it evoked for me.
All right. Here we go.
Yeah. So then it goes into a solo. Matt, what did those guitar stabs? Did those guitar stabs give you any particular vibe or any particular sense memory?
You have something locked and loaded.
Maybe it's just me being in front of that computer a little bit more in the early to mid '90s playing Wolfenstein. Matt, that sounds straight up like the Wolfenstein MS DOS audio. Those little stabs. Every time I heard it, I was like, this is Wolfenstein. This sounds just they made their guitar sound like Wolfenstein. I don't know if this was intentional or not, but it's all I could think every single time I heard it. And it was one of those ones I didn't even have to search. Sometimes I'll hear a sound or I'll hear a reference in a song and I go, what does this remind me of? And I'll have to go back and then you and I will talk about it and I'll get it. It'll come immediately. I was like, Wolfenstein, Doom Wolfenstein. I know I spent too much time. Killing Nazis in that game. So, or maybe not enough time. Yeah. So this one's solid. It's solid. All right. Up next, we have a song that was released. Here's the thing. This was a song that was written and recorded in 2003, released in 2004 on a new metal record, and it's called In the End. Okay, Matt.
Yeah, buddy.
we're hitting the marks. This is solid.
Yeah.
Solid song. The oohs at the top. He's feeling it. Billy is feeling it. It's 2003. You're a new metal band. You're not just a band. You're not an alt rock band. You're not a folk acoustic band. You are a new metal band. You're putting your new album out, and you named one of the songs on it In the End?
What are you doing, dude?
What is happening here? A&R. What happened?
Oh, he was fired.
He was fired.
Yeah.
He was fired. Maybe was this why he was fired? Because they said
Clive
the record
Davis
was done.
like, wait a minute.
Wait a second. In the End, there's a Linkin Park song. You may have heard about it. It's one of the biggest songs of all time. What are we doing here? This is a baffling decision to me. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe I'm too upset about it. But the fact that you made a new metal record and you called In the End, this is crazy to me. But someone may argue, you know what? Maybe there's like a million rap songs called Wanksta that I don't know about. You know? Maybe somebody's like,
if only.
Maybe are there a million rap songs called Money Cash Hose? And they're like, Lauren, listen, these are just things that get used. But I feel like, you know what? Here's the thing. The proximity is crazy. This is 3 years later. This is nuts to me. This is nuts. And here's the thing. When they were recording it, Linkin Park just dropped Meteora, so they're a going concern.
Yeah, it wasn't
like we forgot about them.
It wasn't like nobody remembered In the End.
Right. This was, the song itself fine. The fact that it's called In the End, just blows my mind. All right. This next song also has a fun title to say because you can do an actor's challenge with it. I'm going to do one first, Matt, and then I'll have you do it. I'm going to go, My Life.
My Life.
Ooh, very good.
Thank you. Holy shit.
Yeah! That's how you start a song.
Fuck.
That's how you start a song.
I'd like to think pornography.
The concept.
The woman who supports me, but also lets me fuck her brains out.
She's fucking me. She's feeding me. She's putting up with my shit. Oh, yeah.
I'd also like to thank Tommy Lee for his big old dong.
Yeah.
He was also part of porn now, I guess.
I guess so.
We're walking that back.
You want to start it again?
Yeah, we're starting it again here.
Okay.
I just was not ready for that. I don't know if I can get past that part in the song.
Matt,
I don't know if I want to go further.
Matt, you know what's funny is that it becomes more inexplicable as it goes along. There's more to come in that verse. You know what? Start it up again.
Okay, we got to do it again.
We gotta do it again.
Okay, we already know it. Hey, fuck you. Oh my gosh.
Matt,
oh boy, guys.
Matt, you and I need to get a big old fork.
Because we about to eat a bowl of dicks.
Well, we might end up eating a bowl of dicks, but before we eat a bowl of dicks, we've got to use that fork to get through this word salad, okay? All right? And this was the song where I went, wait a minute. Listen, I know how Billy feels about his son. I know how he feels about his wife. I know how he feels about Tommy Lee and the concept of pornography. But I don't really know what he feels about anything else because these lyrics don't seem to cohere into anything. Let's run through this opening verse, which is quickly becoming Matt Naz's favorite verse of all time.
Yep.
Here we go. Hey, hey.
Hey, hey.
Fuck you and all the bitches made. Once again, I fit it in and fuck it up again. And you think, what? A motherfucker abusing rake. In the face of hate, I stay in shape. I push it to an escapade. What is happening here? I don't understand what is happening here. The use of rake is so jarring to me that it honestly undoes all the motherfuckers and the bitches that have all shown up previously. They cannot touch the hey hey. The hey hey, that one I like one because you know when you say hey hey, when someone's left like a bag on top of their car and they're trying to drive away in the parking lot, and you're
Hey,
trying
hey,
to
hey,
help them.
hey,
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 hey.
hey, 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 you know, or yeah, or
A
someone's
child is about to knock something off
knock
of a
something off.
counter.
Absolutely, you would definitely unveil a hey, hey on them. You know, somebody is leaving a door open and it's cold outside,
Oh,
and you know what? You know what? We're paying a
yeah.
heat bill. Hey, hey, shut the door. To follow it up with fuck you and all the bitches made. Fuck you and all the bitches made?
That's why I stopped it. I was like, what does that mean?
What does that mean? All the bitches made. So what we're saying that there are
Are you saying like when I complain and or bitch about
yeah.
something,
Mhm.
I am making a bitch.
Mhm.
Therefore, I have made bitches in the past with the bitching that I have done.
Mhm.
So hey, hey, attention you. Fuck you.
No.
Okay, number one,
Right.
just let that
Right.
sink in.
Right. Right.
And all of your problems.
Right. Well, he's also saying that the bitches made. I love how he's taking bitches and turning it into a noun in this
Right.
way. Yeah. So yeah, but it's a very confusing run. And then I stay in shape. I push it to an escapade. I just don't know what's happening here. And I felt a little lost. I felt like you did, Matt. I wanted to stop it and start it
Buddy,
again.
I hated it.
You
I was
mhm,
not enjoying trying to figure it out. I
exactly.
was I wanted to let it wash over me. I
Right.
really, really did.
Mhm.
But it didn't because it said, hey, hey, which got my attention.
Mhm. Right. Of
Uh,
course it did. Yeah, because you're like, wait, hold on. Is there a bag on top? Did
wait, oh,
I leave
huh?
some groceries on the top
Huh?
of my car?
What'd I do?
My
What'd I
wallet on
do?
top of the car?
Hey, cool. I don't want to have any problems here.
Right.
Fuck you. Oh no. And all the bitches made. Oh
Mhm.
no.
Right. Yeah. 'Cause that's the other thing. When you unveil a hey, hey, it's not generally that aggressive. Like you said, it's mostly unveiled because yeah, you might have
Whoa, whoa,
accidentally
whoa, whoa, whoa,
left
whoa, whoa.
your
Is
pop
another
on
hey,
top of
hey,
a car.
and whoa, whoa, whoa.
Well, hey, hey, whoa, whoa, whoas. Yes,
They're brother
very
sister in the
absolutely. Mhm.
attention getting.
Mhm.
If you have a child and you haven't
Yeah.
said hey, hey, or whoa, whoa, I don't know what you're doing.
Right. And then even then, it's almost like you need this feels like almost like we're coming in the middle. You know, like we need the context of what caused this.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something happened prior to this.
Mhm.
Somebody was like yapping,
Mhm.
and then he was like, hey, hey,
Yeah.
fuck you and all your bitches made.
Mhm. Yeah. Which also
Also,
that's not a normal sentence.
also break your pen and throw it in the fucking trash. I hate this.
Well, you know what? Maybe Jimbo was like, "You got to go back in there. You got
You
to."
gotta put some stank on that thing.
He stanked on it. Now, I was like you, Matt. I was hearing this. I was feeling a little alone. I was feeling a little lost. I was like, I can't be the only person. And I knew that you would be with me on this. Like, Matt and I can't be the only people that were befuddled by this.
Yeah.
And thank fucking God somebody showed up on songmeanings.com. That commenter is This Is Rob. Posted it
Rob,
on.
I love you already.
All right. Rob posted, you're going to love this. Rob posted this on March 18th, 2005 at 1:24 in the morning.
Been up.
I like this band, but there's a couple songs off their new CD that is just horrid. This would be one of them. These have got to be the worst lyrics I've ever read. They make no sense whatsoever. Rob,
Rob,
thank
from
you.
your lips to God's ears.
I read that and I was like, okay. You know what it was? I read that and went, there are good comments on the internet. The internet's got a couple of them laying around.
I
They're
feel
good.
seen.
I felt
I
seen.
feel seen.
But Matt, I got to tell you, on May 22nd, 2009, at 4:19 in the morning,
Uh-oh.
Tool APC rolled in and said, "Well, they make no sense whatsoever to you because you are a jackass."
There it is.
And
You're
this
a
is
fucking
you're a
moron.
moron. Honestly, if Tool APC really wanted to get him with this, really wanted to do a top tier got him, they would have started with by saying, "Hey,
Hey,
hey,
hey.
fuck you and all your bitches made" in this comment, but they didn't think it through. And this is one of their best songs. In fact, all the songs on their second CD are good, same as their first one. Now, here's where the fun happens. Tool APC decides that they are going to song meaning this song. Here we go.
Here we go.
He is describing a person that has gained all the fame in the world and basically treating everyone else like shit because he believes that they are of a lower rank than they are. The industry, the masterminds who trusted the fans to get this person to where he is, are the only people he's thanking. But soon enough, he realizes the life he once had, where he had people who loved him instead of hating him, is gone. But he dug too deep a grave, and now he's drowning in the mess he made. This is a true journey of a song meanings comment. It's both a got 'em and an explanation, but the explanation starts mixing its metaphors because we're digging a grave, but we're also drowning in our grave. You don't drown in a grave. I'm just putting that out there right now. You're buried in it,
No.
but you don't drown in it. You can't drown in it. It's a grave. No water in a grave. And if you're saying, Lauren, what about a watery grave? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about strictly this metaphor here.
We all know we're not talking about a watery grave.
We're talking about standard graves. Standard grave only, all right? So, yeah, so this one's really... Listen, I knew that if you were going to attempt to explain these tortured lyrics, you would only end up with additional torture. And I was right. So, well done. This is Rob. Congratulations on having one of the only good comments on the internet.
Congratulations, you did it.
All right, Matt. Up next, it's a song on a new metal album in 2003, 2004. It's, of course, called I Can't Breathe.
Pretty good. You know that Future Heads album came out in 2004, right?
Oh, Matt. You know what? I like the first Future Heads record.
The first one's great. And
but
then stop.
Interesting. I love News and Tributes. I love
Really?
I love it. I love it. It's my favorite Future Heads record. I bought it.
Here's the thing. Revisit it now.
You should. It's got some all-timers on it. Yeah, that is one of the rare where I prefer the follow-up to the original, because people who followed that blog rock era of the early 2000s knows that largely the first record, you live, you die for it. It's amazing. When they had to go back in the lab for the follow-up, a lot of flailing around, a lot of trying to figure it out, and it doesn't quite come together, you know? Because at the end of the day, silent alarm is silent alarm. A Weekend in the City is sure no silent alarm. And yeah, so this happened. But yeah, if bringing up the second Future Heads record, Matt, thank you. Great record. Oh, you brought up the first one. Great record. Second one, though, really great record. I highly recommend you check it out.
I'll revisit, because it was too much of a stan at the time for the first record, and the first record, now I listen to it and I'm like, oh, this is nice. But it doesn't have the power that it held over me in 2004. This song, though, is not it.
It's not it, Matt, but I want to let everybody know, everybody who's been playing along at home and said a new metal song that's called I Can't Breathe and uses the word suffocate in it too. Is it true, Lauren? Is it true? That's right. Everybody gets a free sub. Congratulations.
Free sub.
That's right. Go into your local sub shop and say, hey, I was listening to Roach Koach and they played the song I Can't Breathe from Scrape's 2004, actually 2003 album, Up the Dose. And the song I Can't Breathe also has the word suffocate in it. Free sub. And they will just throw it together for you, slap it in your hot hands.
And then they're going to charge you money for it.
Yeah.
But that money is just mind money.
It's mind money, yeah.
Sure, it's going to come out of your bank account.
Right.
But it's going to feel free.
It's going to feel free. It's going to feel free.
That's all. I mean, it's going to cost you exactly what the sub costs at that sub place.
But it's going to
That will be deducted from your bank account.
Absolutely. Matt is correct.
But it will feel free.
It will feel free. I want to go back in these lyrics for a second, Matt. I can't breathe. I can't breathe when you suffocate me. Okay. Strong start. Some might say a little redundant, but okay.
They could.
Yeah. But then lyric line 2, there's no thoughts. You just suffocate. We couldn't find another word. We had to repeat suffocate again. Okay. But then we get to this chorus, and I got to tell you, there is nothing I love more than a wishy-washy chorus of maybe, perhaps.
Fucking A, man.
Now, this chorus does make it seem like, yeah, I can't breathe, you're suffocating me. But then maybe I can't stop calling, I'm so true. I like that. You're suffocating me, you get off it. Maybe I call you a lot too. Maybe, perhaps I'm part of the problem.
Yeah, it could be part of the problem.
Maybe I'm also calling you, but you got to get off my back. And maybe I'm redialing you. Maybe I'm the problem here. These lyrics, I would call these ones just slightly babblefish, but this is when I really did think maybe this sort of weird off-kilter lyrical situation is why Scrape didn't also catch on. You know? Not to go back to Linkin Park, but one of their songs, the lyric starts with one. Okay? Very simple. We're starting at the beginning. It gives me an entrance point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe we need to take a lesson from Shinoda and the boys on that one. Yeah. So this one, while I'm always excited to see a new metal song about being unable to breathe, because you get a free sub, but yeah, ultimately not working for me.
Yeah, man. I had different expectations from this album, and unfortunately, at this point, they're doing something else.
They are.
All right, let's move into the next one.
The next song, Matt.
It's still a me problem, not a Scrape problem.
Right.
A me problem.
It is. Matt, up next we have the song called The Ocean. Matt, it's nice to hear a heavy song about loving to go to the beach, baby.
Yeah, baby.
And listen, you're not ready? Your shoes aren't on? Too late. I love the sand. I love the sun. I love the beach. What do you mean he left? Where did he go? He said he couldn't wait.
He's beach bound, baby.
He's beach bound. Listen, this is a Jeep song.
Yeah.
This is a Machine Shop on a Friday night song. This has got that nice, meaty riff that I want more of. Give me that big, meaty, sturdy riff. Dun, 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 dun. Yes. This is what I'm talking about. I need more of these. And yeah, a little bit easier to explain. I'm like, okay, he loves the beach. Great. And he calls it the ocean. Perfect. Great. He loves to go to the ocean. I'm in. I can relate to all of these things. I don't love the beach, but I understand loving the beach. I get it.
I get the love.
I get the love. I'm into a sturdy riff. Yeah, I hear this and I'm just like, yeah, these guys should be, playing the Machine Shop on a Friday. You imagine walking into the Machine Shop, you get there a little late, you hit some traffic, and Scrape rolls in on this riff to start up. You're going to be like, my night's made. You're going to hit up the bar, get yourself a brew, and rock on over. But let me tell you, I'm hopeful that they've got a fully Matt, you were at the Machine Shop. That bar fully stocked, buddy. Right? It was fully stocked,
yeah,
right?
100%.
Now I'm really kind of done with beer these days. And if I am gonna drink, I'm gonna be more of like a hard seltzer guy. Okay.
Yeah,
and
right.
I'm just gonna bring this up. I was at a company holiday party recently.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. And it was an open bar. The dream. I walk up and I was like, ooh, you guys got high noons? They're like, we do. I said, I noticed the high noon here is a high noon pineapple. Do you have any other ones? And both bartenders made the face that they had that I knew immediately they'd been making all fucking afternoon. Sorry, that's the only flavor we got. Who's making these pineapple fucking hard seltzers? No one wants that shit. It tastes like I imagine piss tastes. Get it out of here. Get it out of here. Pineapple flavor? Fix your shit. The idea, it was a wonderful holiday party. The food, immaculate. I spun a wheel. I won $20. No complaints. Bonded with coworkers. It's what you want. But the fact that it was just pineapple high noon?
It's an open bar, but we don't want you to drink, Lauren.
The guy then pitched me on an IPA, and I should have known.
Dude, you do not pivot from a hard seltzer to an IPA. It's, are you looking for crisp and refreshing? Here, this taste of earwax.
Matt, I drank this IPA, and then I went, what am I fucking doing? I put it down, and I went back, and I got myself a goddamn Sprite. And then that was the rest of my time, because I wasn't about to drink a fucking pineapple flavored thing. So I'm just putting it out there. Companies, No one wants pineapple. All right. And this is like an across the board situation. We don't want pineapple in our energy drinks. We don't want them in our alcohol. All right. Pineapple is only good in fruit cocktail. That's it. Or tropical islands. Okay. That's
Right.
it.
Dude, if I'm in Hawaii,
Absolutely.
are you kidding me? Yeah, give me
Pineapple.
all the pina coladas you got.
Pineapple, baby. But if I'm at a company Christmas party, if I'm at a rock show and all you've got is hard
Oh,
seltzer and it's pineapple, go to the sink, crack them open, dump them down the drain. It's the only place they need to go. All right. Glad we got that cleared up.
yeah, this song is a song.
This song is a song. The lyric I wrote down from this one is actually, imagine the sun shines on your back. Yeah, if time stood still, you know I'd be back. And I was like, you know what? This is classic Billy shit right here, man. Classic. He loves the beach.
He's a
He
beach
loves,
guy.
he's a beach guy. He loves
He's
the
not
beach.
a beach boy. He's a beach guy.
Beach guy. All right, Matt. Let me see them lighters because we're going searching for home.
Oh, I was hoping we'd slow it down. Been rocking too hard.
Way too. Matt, it is a dark, dark day when you have to write in your notes for this show. We have lip mudded.
We have stained in the cupboard. We have puddle of mud at home.
I could not believe I wrote it down. I was like, wow, this one really, I heard this one and I was
That's
like,
a real evolution for you.
it is. Well, it's something to say, you can't poop out a blurry. Okay. Blurry is, you
Blurry
can't.
is blurry.
Blurry is blurry. Okay.
As somebody who hates to admit how great that song is, it is what it is.
It is what it is. I was like listening to this and I was like, this misses the harmonic movement and lyrical clarity and directness of Puddle of Mud's blurry. Like you hear that and then you hear this and you're like, I don't need this. This isn't doing it. I don't even think I understand slowing it down, but this ain't it. This ain't it.
This is not it, bro.
This is not it. There was one comment on song meanings. It's from Metalhead Matt. It was posted on April 24th, 2010. And I believe this is 10 o'clock in the evening. They said, this song is about how you being on your own and everywhere you go does not feel like home. Fair enough. Sure. I get that. Makes sense.
Right.
Yeah. So this one did not enjoy this. It is wild to sit there and go, guess I need to go back and listen to Blurry again. But there it is. There it is. Let's just keep it going, Matt.
All righty.
Up next, we've got Syrup. Oh, Matt, we got to get to that chorus, buddy.
I hate that that's the truth. There you go.
Man, I don't know what this song is about. There's talk of the sea. There's talking about how no one is safe in the sunlight. So I was like, no one's safe in the sunlight.
Dracula's?
Dracula's? But then we're talking about praying. Draculas don't pray. They hate crosses.
Oh, they loathe them.
They don't like it. You put a cross on a hand of a Dracula, burns.
The Christ burns them.
Absolutely. They don't like that. You hold a cross up, they're like, get that out of here. Get that away from me.
Again, the power of Christ.
They don't like it.
They don't like it.
They don't like it. So I don't know what's going on here, but on top of that, we have this grinding opening that has creepy crawl vibes. But this man's voice is just too pretty to be scary. I think he's trying to do like a creepy crawl, little creep, Dracula vibes, but he's got too pretty of a voice. It's too nice of a voice. He can't. It's one of those things where I imagine him recording it in a creepy crawl, hunching his shoulders up. I'm a creepy guy. And just someone going and being like, you're a handsome boy. Stop standing weird. Put your shoulders back. Stand up straight. You're handsome. Don't make the face. Don't make the face that people want to see your beautiful ways. So I don't understand this one. This one seems antithetical to everything.
They should have gone butt rock. I don't really. I hate, like, why is that the advice? But really, that is the advice.
That is the advice.
They need to buck cherry it up. They need sleaze. They do not need chug.
They've got all this sleaze in their thank yous. It's put
Right.
that like
They are
put that
a
in the album.
sleazy band.
Yeah.
Just be sleazy. Spare me this fucking new metal noodling in 2004 and just be Velvet Revolver 2.
Right.
But be like your version of Velvet Revolver.
Exactly.
I wouldn't listen to it anyway.
Right.
But it would feel more in tune with what they're going for.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Like
yeah.
this needs big dumb guitars on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like just sleazy slash it needs riffs.
It does. It needs riffs. Well, it needs more of the crunch we heard earlier, more riffs. And then I'm saying this is a man. What, you've been hanging out with Tommy Lee, you're thanking the concept of porn. Let's put that in the lyrics, guys.
This needs to be way sleazier.
Way sleazier. Absolutely.
How respectful of our time is this album?
Great cue, Matt. Excellent question. This album clocks in at 39 minutes and 55 seconds.
Unbelievable that it takes us this long to get through.
I will say there is a section at 335 we don't have to listen to, but I wrote in my notes the no section with 12 O's, and then I wrote no twice in all caps. I don't remember now, but clearly he says no a whole bunch. So anyway, that's there. We have a couple left, Matt. This next one is called Habit. Another thing with some of these choruses on this album, and this song is a prime offender, is that you're in the chorus and you think you understand the chorus, and then there's so much more chorus to go. I don't know if this chorus needs more chorus. And they're like, no, we got more chorus, baby. There's more chorus on this chorus, baby. Listen, I heard you like choruses. We put a chorus on your chorus. I'm like, no, because it's not a pre-chorus. It's just chorus. It's just there. Like, what? There's some songs where you listen to them and you're like, oh, what a good chorus. I wish they'd come back to it. On a Scrape album, it's welcome to the chorus. To your left, you'll see chorus. To your right, more chorus. We're still in it. Give it a second. A lot of chorus to get through here on these Scrape songs. Before we get to another verse, I see a hand in the back. You, sir, do you have a question?
Chorus?
Nah, yeah, we're still in the chorus. There's not a verse yet. We're still, okay. Good question, though. Glad, people do ask that a lot on this tour. When we tour these Scrape songs, they always ask how long we're going to be in the chorus, and it's a while. We're going to be in it a while. Don't worry, though. All right. Okay. Anyway, this song seems to be about drugs, being addicted to drugs. This one a little more clear, self-explanatory, calling it Habit. Always on your mind. Matt, any other thoughts on Habit?
No, not really. I was like, okay, yep, straight ahead.
All right. We're on our last song of the album. And I just want to let everybody know that this next song, despite its title, is not about Rodney Dangerfield. It's called No Respect.
Probably the song that works the best on the album for me upon a first blush. Like,
super aggressive.
Yep.
Kind of dumb. Starts out with a false start. Someone yells, fuck, stupid. And then you get a really fast count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, go. There's some great new metal math. Yeah, I felt great when this one went on every time. They send you out, honestly, on something of a high, an aggressive go. I would say, though, listening to the song, that if you had somebody with a raspier, more gnarled vocal, this would really take off. He's got just a very smooth, pretty voice. So as it stands, though, this is one of the better songs in the album of rock and new metal, which is what we're always looking for. Matt?
I agree with that. Like this song out of all of them seems to work, but his voice is kind of like rock and roll shouter more than new metal growler.
Right.
This is the best new metal track on here, and it's not that new metal. I would say that it's just more like straight ahead aggressive rock than anything. So nice to hear, obviously, as a fan of this style. But yeah, for the again, get the sleaze. They need to be a sleazy fucking band.
They do, man. Leather
weird
pants.
Bandanas
That's
everywhere.
Right. Here's what I'm saying. Get your infected toes. Get out of the hospital, okay?
Yeah.
Get out of the medical field, all right? And get yourself to the Sunset Strip. Call up your best friend in the entire fucking world, Tommy Lee, okay? He will give you notes. He will tell you where to go. He will tell you the best places to go to be tested for STDs. He knows the places, all right?
He
He's got the stories.
absolutely does.
Listen, you just need to read one paragraph of the dirt, all right? And you will know, okay? You will know. So yeah, so that's honestly, this is one of those ones where it's like you really kind of wish that the thank yous were the album. Really could have been something. And that's Up the Dose by Scrape. And now it's the part of the show where we talk about
Canon talk.
we're talking about the canon. Matt, we'll start with you.
Whew. So obviously I didn't like it, and that's a problem for being kind to it in terms of the canon. So I'm pretty much no for the canon. The album is an odd one. The delays definitely didn't help it,
Mm-hmm.
but even in 2003, unfortunately, this is not a sound I think people were looking for.
Right.
And I would have loved if they would have ditched the new metal sound altogether, because I don't know if it served them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And it definitely felt like they were reaching for an earlier sound with a modern touch. And I also don't think that served them.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel like, unfortunately, firing the A&R guy and letting them out of their contract was a bowl of dicks move, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
But realistically, from a this is the record business,
Right.
yeah, I probably would have made that move too.
Yeah. I listened to this and I think you're dead on that this is like this is a rare moment, and this might be partially because you and I are so deep in the crack over on the Roach Koach Patreon,
Yep.
where we are listening to all this butt rock right now. But yeah, this record, this band going in a butt rock direction, I would have welcomed. That would
Dude,
have been perfect.
give me one song about how your lady fucks you right,
Mm-hmm.
and that could have turned this whole ship around.
It really could have. It really could have. Yeah.
I'm not being hyperbolic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's funny because we talk about this. You got the "I Can't Breathe, You're Suffocating Me" song, and it's we don't want that. Tell me how she's suffocating you with her thighs, okay?
Yeah.
I can't breathe because she keeps sitting on my face.
Face.
Okay, now we're talking. Now we're talking. But yeah, this one I found this honestly. It was on a purely just listening, walking around the house, listening in my car, very easy, very breezy. Except with the hey fuck you and all the bitches made, that obviously takes you out every time. But otherwise, this is a pretty honestly like a solid listen. I think the weird lyrics are honestly like the the worst part for me, because I think otherwise the band is solid. We know they're solid. These guys have all gone on to do solid work in other bands. It's just, this one did not cohere for me, and I do not have anything for the canon.
Yeah. No. Nope.
No. So there you have it. That brings us to the end of another episode of Roach Koach. Thank you so much for listening. Keep on saying hello to us online: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Blue Sky. We're on all of those. Head on over to your streaming service of choice and subscribe to the show. That way you will not miss an app.
Don't miss an app.
Don't miss an app. Send us an email, roachcoachpodcast@gmail.com. Of course, we've already mentioned, and we'll mention it again, the crack is ongoing on the Roach Koach Patreon. Head on over there. Patreon.com/Roach Koach Podcast. Become a patron. Get those hot exclusive apps. They're only on the Patreon. You can get them there and enjoy them. It's an entirely new and exciting thing that we're doing on the Patreon, and we would love for you to check it out. And you know what, Matt? We're just going to continue on. The year's not over yet. We got
Nope.
more fun things to come. And then 2026 is going to be here, and then we have even more fun things to come because that's what the Roach Koach podcast is all about, having a good time.
That's what I like to say.
All right. And until next time, Matt, thank you.
Lauren, thank you.